Hello ladies and gentlemen, hi and welcome to our channel. Most men don't realize how strong the words they use are, they believe. It's not about looks, money, or status when it comes to attraction. What really sets you apart is how you make her feel. And one of the most underrated weapons you have is a well-placed compliment. Have you ever seen a woman's whole energy change just because of something a man said? One sentence said in the right way can change the way she sees you forever. Today I'm going to give you 8 powerful compliments that go beyond surface-level flattery. These aren't weak, try-hard lines that make you look desperate. They're deep, psychological compliments that make her feel seen, respected, and drawn to you. If you're just sending her weak compliments, you'll be just another forgettable guy in her DMS. But if you know the Stoic approach to attraction and influence, the power of self-control, calculated words, and the way you carry yourself, you'll know that the real power lies in how you shape her perception of you. So if you're ready to step up your game, stand out from the other guys, and leave your weaknesses at the door. A strong impression. Before we start, please take a moment to join if you're ready to use the power of Stoicism to change how you deal with relationships. Each video is a step toward changing the way you think and making connections that are stronger and more important. The first praise is that the scent you're wearing is addicting. It smells great. Now let's start with a strong scent. When it comes to attraction, most guys don't pay attention to this, but if you know more about it, you'll see that a woman's smell is one of the strongest ways to make you remember and want her. How often does a certain smell instantly transport you to a certain time, place, or even a person? This is because smell is directly connected to the brain's lake system, which is in charge of emotions and memories. When you compliment a woman's fragrance, you're not just telling her that she smells good, you're telling her that her scent will stay with you even after she's gone, which is a wonderful thought for any woman. But here's the harsh truth. Men usually just say nice things about a woman, like "you look nice" or "that dress is pretty." But a man who notices how she smells, the energy her scent carries, and how it makes him feel, is a man who stands out. This is where Stoicism comes in. A Stoic man knows that words have meaning. He doesn't say things just to be heard. Every word he speaks is deliberate, intentional, and powerful. So when you say that perfume is addicting, say it like you mean it. Don't overdo it. There is little faith, but a lot of desperation. When you do, give her that steady, grounded energy of a man who knows his worth, and watch how her whole body language changes. She'll remember that praise not only that one time, but every time she wears that perfume again. That's the power of psychological attraction. Second compliment. Your smile could make a whole room shine. Let's break this down because it's strong and most guys miss it. A smile isn't just a simple facial expression, it's a vibe, a frequency, an energy that can shift the entire atmosphere. When you tell a woman that her smile could light up a room, you're not just commenting on how pretty her teeth are. No, you're recognizing her energy, that magnetic aura she brings into every space she enters. Think about it. You've been in rooms where someone's smile just makes everything feel a little brighter, where the energy shifts and suddenly everyone feels more at ease. A smile feel like that isn't just about beauty, it's power. That woman who can make a room feel lighter with just a compliment and 2 curve of her lips. She holds influence, and when you call it out, you're showing you understand that power. You're telling her, I see you, I see your ability to change the environment with just your presence. But compliment number 2, here's the cold, harsh reality. Most guys don't notice this. They get stuck in simple comments about how someone looks that don't get to the heart of the matter. When you compliment a woman on her smile, you're not just saying nice things about her looks, you're recognizing her openness and ability to spread positivity in a world that can be dark and unforgiving. That's a deep compliment. A stoic man is someone who is aware of the energy he brings to the table. He doesn't look for approval, but when he sees something good in someone else, he says it straight out without any hesitation. It's the same with this. A stoic man isn't just seeing a smile, he's seeing how that smile can dispel negativity and bring light into the room. And let's be honest, who wouldn't want to hear that? Women don't hear that every day, which is why this compliment sticks. Third compliment, it's real, it's raw, and it's powerful. Let's be brutally honest for a second. In a world where social media forces everyone to wear a filter, where conformity is rewarded, and where being real is becoming a rare and almost revolutionary trait, being real isn't just attractive. It's a power move. When you tell a woman, "I love how real you are," you're not just giving her a compliment, you're recognizing something that most people are too afraid to show the world the courage to be unapologetic about. Women are constantly told, "You look beautiful." Third compliment, "You look beautiful." But what happens when a man says something more personal? Third compliment. When you notice the core of who she is instead of just the surface, that's when you connect with her on a deeper level. You're telling her, "I see you, not the version you think you have to be for the world, but the raw, unfilled you." Ed, real money. Authenticity cuts through the noise and shows that you're not just looking at her for attraction, but also for genuine respect. Women are used to being valued for their looks, but when you appreciate who they are beneath all the layers, that's when the magic happens. That's when you start building a connection based on respect for her true self, not some fake version of her. And let's not sugarcoat it. Authenticity is hard, scary. It's easy to fit in and hide behind the mask of what other people expect. But when someone tries to, that's what makes someone truly stand out, being their true, raw self. So when you tell her you love how real she is, you're not just complimenting her personality, you're recognizing the strength it takes to be real in a world that demands conformity. Truthfulness is related to living in line with your true nature. A stoic man doesn't change or bend to fit societal expectations. He just is who he is, no lies, no compromises, no pretending. In the same way, when you compliment her on being real, you're showing that you admire that strength. You're recognizing that authenticity isn't a flaw, it's a strength that makes us stand out in a world full of pretenders. That's why this compliment hits so hard. It's rare, it's real. It shows that you're not interested in fake versions of people. You want the real deal. Fourth, praise. "I love how you see the world. It's so different from how I see it, and it makes me think." Let's face it, the world is full of clones. Thank you 4 times living on autopilot, having the same tired opinions and doing the same boring things over and over again. But then there are those who stand out, who see the world differently, who don't just go with the flow, but instead challenge the status quo and change how they interact with everything around them. And when you notice that, when you recognize that level of depth, you're tapping into something powerful. It's more than a compliment to say, "I love the way you see the world." It shows that you respect her mind and her ability to think critically, see subtleties, and question what seems clear. In a world where most guys are obsessed with how she looks, what she's wearing, or whether she fits the right mold, you're cutting through all that noise and showing that you value her intelligence. That's a rare move. What's really going on is that most people live in their own little worlds and only hang out with like-minded individuals because it's easier that way. But when you meet someone who doesn't agree with you and sees things from a different perspective, you can't help but be drawn to that way of thinking because it's so refreshing. If you're smart, you know that value and admire it. When you tell her you love the way she sees the world, you're showing her that her point of view matters, that her ideas don't just reverberate in a room full of empty space, they have an effect. Now think about this for a second. When people say things like, "You're so beautiful," or "You look amazing," they're just saying nice things. People can say things like, "I love your hair." But when you say, "I love the way you see the world," you're recognizing her mind and being interested in how she thinks about life, how she makes sense of the chaos, and how she analyzes it. That's rare, and it's exactly what makes you stand out from the crowd. It's a sign that you're not just a man who is attracted to beauty, but a man who values substance, who sees beyond the surface. And let's be honest, most men are too busy chasing the next shiny object to pay attention to her mind. But when you show interest in her thoughts and how she sees the world, you start to connect with her on a deeper level. You're no longer just a guy trying to get in her pants. You're a man who values what makes her unique. To be different from other women who just follow the crowd, you need to be stoic. A stoic man knows the worth of being wise, seeing things clearly, questioning what's in front of him, and looking for a deeper understanding. A stoic doesn't follow the crowd. He goes his own way, sees life through his own lens, and values the unique points of view of others. When you give her this praise, you're subtly recognizing the power of independent thought and honoring her for it. At the end of the day, this isn't just a compliment about how she sees the world, it's also a compliment about her vision, her ability to see past the obvious, to find the deeper meaning, and to make you think twice about how you see things. Trust me, this is a compliment about her vision. So that's the difference between real men and boys, between those who value real depth and those who are just playing the shallow game. Please tell me which of these compliments you would actually use in a conversation. Better yet, type this in the comments. Words have power, and I know how to use them. It helps you remember what you've learned and increases engagement. Let's see who's really paying attention. 5 stars of praise. You've probably met people whose energy drains you and makes you want to be the best version of yourself. But then there are people whose energy doesn't just fill the room, it commands it. When you tell her, "I love your energy," you're recognizing the force she brings to the room. If you tell her that her energy is contagious, you're telling her that she's the kind of person who motivates others to grow and take action. Life doesn't wait. If you want to succeed, you need to be around people who push you to do your best. People like her, who have that kind of contagious energy, are the ones who push you to do your best. She doesn't just exist in the world, she makes it better by being herself. Stoics believed that we should not only control what we can, but also surround ourselves with people who push us to be the best versions of ourselves. By noticing her energy, you're recognizing how she affects your growth. It's not just about making her feel good, it's about seeing her true power. Being around her is more than just a vibe, it's a call to action that makes you stop settling and start living your potential. In a world where most men are stuck in failure, that's the kind of woman you need by your side. 6th praise. You're one of the kindest people I've ever met. You care about other people, and it shows. Displays, let's be real, in a world full of games and fake identities that are only about you. Real care is a very rare thing. It's easy to miss the people who genuinely care about others and put them first. When you tell her she's one of the kindest people you've ever met, you're not just saying nice things, you're noticing depth. It's not just the big things that matter, it's the little things. She goes out of her way to make people feel valued, remembers small details from past talks, and checks in on someone who is having a hard time. These are the actions that determine compliment number 77. When you point out a woman who isn't just trying to get attention but also giving something real, it means you see her for who she really is. The thing is, most people today are selfish. They're all about status updates and quick gains. But thoughtful people are different. They have value, not just take. When you point that out, you're not only recognizing her actions, you're respecting her character on a deeper level. We know that deeds speak louder than words in the world of the red pill. It's about seeing what's real and not what's flashy. Sincerity and thoughtfulness are traits that last. And this is the kind of woman who doesn't just play the game for herself. She's someone who genuinely adds value. From a Stoic point of view, we admire virtue Stoicism because it teaches us to live a life of integrity and care for others. When you praise her thoughtfulness, you're not just praising a trait, you're praising strength. This is a woman who embodies value, and that's something that's worth appreciating. Sixth praise. S. I love how driven you are. Your sense of purpose is truly amazing. Let's face it, ambition isn't just about money or status. It's about the fire in your belly that drives you to keep working hard and moving forward no matter how hard life gets in this fast-paced world. People who stay focused on their mission and wake up every day with a sense of purpose stand out. When you tell a woman, I love how driven you are, you're recognizing more than just her hustle. You're recognizing her passion, her grit, and her refusal to settle for mediocrity. In a world where many people just wait for things to happen, she's out there making them happen. And that's rare. You're telling her that you see the late nights, sacrifices, and non-stop grind. You're saying, I see you pushing yourself to reach your potential to build something real. That's not just a compliment. It's compliment number 8, recognition. It tells her that her drive is noticed, respected, and admired. In a world full of shallow interactions, that hits hard. So many people are happy with just getting by, stuck in their comfort zones and afraid to break out. But a driven woman isn't afraid to chase her vision. She's out here with a purpose, breaking down barriers and making things happen. And when you call that out, you're telling her that she's different. You're telling her that she's not just a distraction, but a force to be reckoned with in the red pill space. We know that drive is key. Men and women need it to thrive. Without it, you're just another face in the crowd. But when someone has a purpose, that's when they have true value. And as a Stoic, you know that true virtue lies in dedication to one's mission in the relentless suit of excellence. Not only does complimenting her drive make her feel good, it also recognizes her power and respects the fact that she's building something real in a world full of distractions. The 8th praise is that you have a wonderful way of making people feel at ease and really important. If you have the almost magical ability to make others feel like they truly matter, in a world where everyone is always trying to prove their worth or make themselves seem more important than they are, you'll stand out. You know the person, they walk into a room and instantly change the energy and doesn't have to say a word. Their presence alone makes people feel at ease and accepted for who they truly are. When you tell a woman you have this amazing ability to make others feel comfortable and truly valued, you're pointing out something that most people don't even realize they have. Do not forget that it's not enough to be pretty or have a nice smile. That's not all. This is more about how she affects other people, how she makes them feel better, and how she makes a place where people can be themselves without worrying about being judged. Now let's get real. How many people do you know who make other people feel seen? Most people are so focused on their own insecurities and need for approval that they can't help others feel good about themselves. But an emotionally intelligent person knows how to deal with people's feelings, how to read a room and change her energy accordingly. This is the harsh truth. In today's world, being able to connect with someone on a deeper level is a talent. And when you tell a woman that, you're not just saying nice things about her looks. You see her worth in a world that often puts the surface over the deeper. And let's be honest, who doesn't want to feel seen? Who doesn't want to know that they are truly understood from a Stoic point of view? The Stoics believed that understanding others, recognizing their humanity, and building meaningful relationships based on mutual respect were all important. To make others feel truly valued requires wisdom and self-awareness, and that's what you're recognizing when you give her this compliment. You're not just recognizing her ability to connect, you're recognizing the strength it takes to be open, vulnerable, and authentic in a world that wants you to hide your true self. Let's be real, the world of masculinity and red pill thinking. One of the most important things you can do for yourself and the people around you is to be real. 8 strong praises that are more than just nice words. These aren't just empty words meant to impress. They're meant to build real relationships and let her know you see her for who she really is. If you thought these comments were powerful, wait until you see what the right words can do for you. When you wake up in the morning, click on the video that comes up. These 7 good morning texts are impossible for women to ignore. Don't miss this one, trust me. Also, don't forget to like it and sign up to get more information.